Today is Wednesday, August 18th, 2021. This is Dirt Tracker Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. Coming up, we go full ham on the BC39, including a format rundown, who's racing, and tonight's heat race lineups. We're also talking Summer Nationals and news from the All-Stars, Super DIRTRACKR Series, and King of the West. Before we dive in, if you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe to the show, leave a review, and hit those follow and notification buttons depending on where you consume this. Make sure to follow at DIRTRACKR on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And don't forget, DIRTRACKR.com has a bunch more cool dirt racing stuff. Now let's get going. One of the more unique races on the calendar is kicking off tonight with the USAC Midgets set to take on the dirt track at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the BC39. This will be the third time the event has been contested, with Brady Bacon and Zeb Wise being the previous two event winners. I say unique because of the setup of the racetrack. The quarter-mile dirt oval is located inside Turn 3 of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which is wild to think because also inside the track is kind of the normal infield stuff you'd expect at a big racetrack like Indy, plus plenty of other open space for events and several holes of the Brickyard Crossing golf course. Gives you an idea of just how big Indy is if you haven't ever attended a race there. The field of cars expected for the next two nights is completely slam-packed with talent and is 72 entries strong. It includes all your favorite USAC National Midget contenders like Buddy Kofoid, Chris Windom, Tanner Thorson, Justin Grant, Logan Seavey, Thomas Meserol, Emerson Axum, and Kevin Thomas Jr., and a bunch more. The field will also include Tyler Courtney back in a midget, Kyle Larson, easy for me to say. Kyle Larson, fresh off his Knoxville Nationals triumph. NASCAR drivers Chase Elliott, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Newman, and JJ Yaley. IndyCar star Conor Daly, and plenty of other young talent like California's Corey Day, Ohio's Jacob Denny, and Washington's Chance Crum. Also stoked to see my buddy Brian Dunlap and his dad Mike fielding a car for Gary Taylor. Thursday's 39-lap feature will pay $15,000 to the winner, but a very different than normal format is being used to line up the potential 26-car feature field. Tonight, the field is broken up into 8 heat races with drivers earning passing points. Those point standings will then line up Thursday's 6 qualifying races. Drivers will also earn passing points in those races, with the final standings setting lineups for the eventual D main, C main, B main, and feature on Thursday. Also in the on the card for tonight is the Stoops Pursuit race, which is a 25-lapper split into 5-lap segments, with cars being eliminated at each break if they don't gain positions. The field for that race is being set by heat race winners, highest points earner in each heat, and promoters' options. Tonight's heat race lineups were set by a draft that happened last night. The field was randomly ordered, and drivers could then pick the starting spots that they wanted in each heat race. It was an interesting exercise as drivers kind of chose between track position or the possibility of earning more passing points starting deeper in the field. I'm going to run through the heat race lineups right now. So first heat race right now is on the screen, heat race 1 and 2. I think some notables here include Jerry Coons Jr. in Heat Race 1, Cole Bodine for Clausen Marshall Racing, and Kevin Thomas Jr. starting deep in that one. Heat Race 2 features NASCAR driver Chase Elliott. Like I said, he's inside row 2. Also in this one, Jacob Denny, Buddy Kofoid, and Chris Windom are bringing up the rear. Heat Races 3 and 4, Tyler Courtney actually chose to start outside pole of Heat Race 3. I think that'll be an interesting one for sure. Chase Briscoe also in Heat Race 3, along with Emerson Axum and Jason McDougall. In Heat Race 4, Robert Bell on the pole. Also in this one, Maria Kofer, Brady Bacon, Logan Seavey, and JJ Yaley. Yaley, Bacon, and Seavey all starting deep in that one as well. Heat Races 5 and 6, Taylor Reimer on the pole of Heat Race 5. Also in this one, Brenham Crouch, Tanner Thorson, Justin Grant, and Kyle Larson. He starts 8th in this one, so he'll have plenty of opportunities for passing points in this heat race. Heat Race 6, young Carson Quapple on the pole, Tanner Berryhill to his outside. Also in this one, Dazen Persley and Ronnie Gardner. And then Heat Races 7 and 8, Ryan Newman on the pole of Heat Race number 7 with California's Corey Day to his outside. Also in this one, Conor Daly, Gary Taylor, Thomas Meserol is going to start towards the rear of that one as well. Heat Race 8 will be led to the pole by Sam Johnson, Cannon McIntosh, Zeb Wise, Spencer Baston, all in this heat race as well. So as you can see, these heat race lineups are going to be completely stacked for tonight's races. Action today at IMS gets underway at 5 p.m. for hot laps, with heat races scheduled for 7:30. Shaping up to be a really entertaining 2 days, I think. For more info on the event, visit USACracing.com, and obviously we'll have a full rundown on what happened tonight on tomorrow's show. 2021 Summer Nationals come to a close this week with 4 final race nights. It all begins tonight with a trip to Butler Motor Speedway for both the late models and modifieds. The 2 championships, I think, are basically done here. We know Nick Hoffman will be the modified national champion, and Bobby Pierce is getting ready to break Brian Shirley's string of 3 straight Hill Tour titles. This will be Pierce's 4th championship after he went 3 straight from 2015 to 2017. For Hoffman, this will be his 4th championship overall and 4th in a row. He did that on the strength of 19 wins this season. Just an absolutely incredible run for him. Looking at tonight, Will Krupp was the modified winner at Butler in 2020, while Brian Shirley was the late model winner. Outside of the champions and the wins kind of from the usual suspects here, I've been really impressed with Ashton Winger this season. To come in and pick up 4 late model wins against these types of fields has been really fun to watch. He's definitely a rising star in the late model ranks, and hopefully he's able to kind of parlay this success into more appearances, the big series, at the big shows, and maybe even return full-time to a national series in the future. To keep up this week, make sure you're following at Summer Nationals on Twitter. You can find more event information at DIRTRACKRSummerNationals.com and ModifiedNationals.com. Due to impending weather this weekend in Indiana, the All-Stars have made an audible to their weekend schedule. They'll still race Friday night at I-96 Speedway in Michigan, but the Saturday race has been shifted. Instead of taking on Plymouth Speedway, the series will now co-sanction Saturday's Fast Series race at Winsfield Raceway Park in Ohio. Both shows are $5,000 to win. The All-Stars have already appeared at both tracks in 2021, with series points leader Tyler Courtney winning the I-96 race back on May 14th. That was a pivotal win for Courtney, who has since won 6 more times and racked up 27 top 10 finishes in his past 28 races to seize control of the championship. The last appearance for the series at Waynesfield was during Ohio Sprint Speed Week, where Kyle Larson was the winner. So Friday is the same at I-96. Like I said, Saturday shifted from Plymouth to Waynesfield. For more info on the announcement, visit allstarsprint.com. We'll have more on the All-Star weekend later in the week. Last night's Super Dirt Car Series race at Brewerton was lost to weather, but officials announced that the event will be rescheduled as part of Super Dirt Week coming up in October. The race will now be run on Tuesday, October 5th, and will still be an opportunity for someone to grab a guaranteed starting spot in the Super Dirt Week finale the following Sunday. You can find ticket information at superdirtcarseries.com. The NARC King of the West Sprint Cars have a busy schedule of races coming up next week, but the fastest 5 days in motorsports will now be the fastest 4 days in motorsports. The opening race at Placerville Speedway, which is scheduled for next Wednesday, the 25th, has been canceled. The El Dorado County Fairgrounds, where Placerville Speedway is located, is being used as a staging area for nearby wildfires. So the week will now get started next Thursday at Merced, before continuing Friday at Ocean, Saturday at Stockton, and closing out Sunday at Petaluma. Not uncommon for these fairgrounds facilities to be used like this, and hopefully they're able to get those fires contained soon. Through 9 races so far in 2021, Dominic Scelzi is the King of the West points leader by just 6 over DJ Neto. Bud Kading, Tim Kading, and Sean Becker complete the top 5. Scelzi leads the series with 3 wins. Tim Kading has 2, while Billy Atten, Becker, Neto, and Justin Sanders all have 1 each. For more on the upcoming races, hit up narc410.com. On the Dirt Racing Podcast front, there's a bunch of new episodes from the past week to check out. Wing Nation has Brad Doty, Carl Bowser, Eric Arnold, Gio Scelzi. Plus, they posted recordings of all of their live shows from the Knoxville Nationals. Open Red has Kyle Larson, Forward Bite has Kenny Collins, TJ Slideways has Kevin Feeney, and there are new episodes of Stick Signals, The Dirt Nerds, and Wednesdays with Wayne. To see the full list of shows and episodes, hit up DIRTRACKR.com/podcasts. There are 6 shows on the streaming schedule for today. Dirt Vision has the Summer Nationals and action from Millbridge Speedway. Flow Racing has the BC39, Sprint Cars from Bridgeport, IMCA Racing from 141 Speedway, and Flow 24/7. To see the full daily streaming schedule with links to watch, visit DIRTRACKR.com/watch tonight. That's it for the show today. Hope you have a good Wednesday. If you have thoughts about the topics on today's show, please leave them in the comments below or tweet at me. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.